Hello, so I made it on a nice walk today. I walked to a couple stores of just places of people I like to see and talk to each day, and cheers me up. And today is one of the weirdest days of my life. So it's the last night. Amber and Dante will sleep home for at least 3 months, but we don't know the exact amount of time. It depends on my health and other things. And so it's kind of like this weird full circle thing, and I've been trying to think about it with God all morning. And I had Amber at 18. I turned 18 and got pregnant 2 months after I had her. 2 months after I turned 18, I got pregnant with her. And actually, September 28th, I got pregnant with her. And so I turned 19, and she was born 2 weeks after I turned 19. So it's a weird thing God is doing, because 18 years ago I became a mom, and now it's exactly 18 years ago. And even though I'm still a mom, I'll be hands off for a while. So it's like an interesting cycle that it was like a 18-year, which it's interesting, because God gives you kids, and they're kids for 18 years, and then they grow up and move out, go to college, or join the military, or what. So it's like always an 18-year cycle. So I did my whole 18-year cycle. It was just that because Dante's about to be 13, it didn't feel like the complete thing. So it's been an interesting time, because on one hand I feel like a kid because the lack of responsibility and schedule and able to do things, and my mom being my home health aide, and my dad having to raise my kids. And so it's like, on one hand, my parents are like such active parents that it's like you feel a kid in that way, and then you can't really go anywhere alone out at all, or drive, or go anywhere, or do anything. So it's like you just feel like a kid in a lot of ways. And so it's going to be a weird cycle of feeling for the first time since, I became a mom in childhood, essentially. And now to feel kind of like in childhood again, and not feeling like a mom. So it's interesting. So God's kind of taking me back to that point in my life that I'll be able to go through all that healing and spend time alone with him. And ever since I became a mom, I probably repressed 99.999% of every trauma, heartbreak, stress, worry, everything, because I was a single mom for 18 years, so I always had to act like everything was okay no matter what. So the only time my kids ever see me cry was at a movie. But it didn't matter if, our electric got cut off because I couldn't pay the bills. I would pretend that we had a tropical storm and we'd camp out, and I have to keep a straight face knowing sometimes we're not going to have electric for another 2-3 days, and just make the best of it. And I had to do a lot of parenting with a poker face. So I probably repressed a lot like most parents do. Being a single parent, I think I repressed quite a bit more. And then being a young parent and basically a baby raising a baby. We aren't actually grown at 18. I look at my 18-year-old daughter, and she's a kid. So I can't even picture her with a baby, you know, so it's a weird day. I was gonna read from He Whispers Your Name. I've sat in the greenhouse the whole day, and I drew some more of the landscaping, and I took some walks so that I could just see some friendly faces. And it was nice to talk to Emily, because she just has the presence of God so strong on her. And when I just told her what was going on, just the empathy on her face, it was like a hug from God. And I'm just really lucky that I'm just somewhere that, you know, days that I wouldn't really see anybody or do anything, I could just walk into town and get a smile, you know. So I'm gonna stay in here. My cousin Timothy is gonna be here at 8 o'clock, and I have not seen him since I was 18 years old, and now he's 26. So that's gonna be really interesting. So I'm super excited. And a lot of my dad's family is military. A lot of them. It's the path most of my cousins took, and my son is very interested in that. So he's just gonna have a great time being around everyone, and he's at that perfect crossroad to need that male influence that I don't have the ability to give him. So God really did do the perfect timing. Dante's, you know, about to be 13, and he's gonna get to have a really great birthday cake. My dad's family, no matter what, they got like delicious birthday cake for everyone's birthday. So he's gonna get to have really great birthday cake, and I'm gonna do something with Adam just to celebrate here. It's probably not gonna be a celebrate. I'm probably just gonna cry, and he's gonna be here and do what he always does. And I'll be happy for my son, because I'll know he's eating really great cake, and so much love and such a good environment. And also it's nice too for him to get some out of sight, out of mind, from having to see me sick every day for 8.5 months, so he could just be a kid. And 13's a big age, you know, he's a teenager now. It's crazy. And after like 13, that's, you know, boys need more stepdads, grandpas, all that anyway. So I already did the bulk of what moms do. So I'm gonna read you guys that book. Maybe one of these days I'll be able to color my hair again. We'll see if this will ever start soaking in some color. So, it changed chapters. This one is called Seek the Lord. And it's called Simply Wait. I know it's difficult when you pray and nothing seems to be happening. When what you desire is unattainable. I do the impossible. So all you must do is simply wait in faith. Nothing can prevent my promises from being performed. I am all-powerful. Though my promises may be delayed, they are never denied. No matter how long it takes, no matter how things might seem, be assured that I am faithful to fulfill every one of my promises to you. I have never and will never forget you, leaving you in the midst of peril. Every moment that your prayer is not answered is an opportunity for you to draw closer to me and to learn to trust me in greater ways than you have before. The work of my Spirit within you will create a strong, courageous soul that endures until the end. Simply pray for patience and strength as you wait upon my hand to move in your life. I am a ready help in times of trouble. Call to me, and I will answer you. Lean on me, and I will give you all the strength and patience you need to obtain the blessings you seek. Wait for the Lord, be strong, and take heart and wait for the Lord. That's a really good one. It's always hard waiting on the Lord. We all know in our spirit, the Lord's time is always the best time. It doesn't change always our human feelings and emotions on it. So we could know that, and I certainly know that. I believe it. I believe in God's time and every ounce of it. And there's times that I sit and my reality is weird. And I've renewed my mind a lot. So one of the things I do, I take a ton of pills, and every 4 hours is so often. So I try to do little tricks to remember if I do them. So one of the things I do, the ones that are the same size, I put them right here, and I go like that in my lips. So I always remember kind of squeezing them. So I did that today, and I thought I was supposed to light them on fire. So I picked up a lighter, and I thought I was supposed to light them. And then my brain was like, no, you don't light them. So my brain does really weird things. After that, I walked to the store, and it's the store I walk to every day, where I go and see Karina and Emily, and I had noticed that it was a building that used to be a laundromat, and I never did, and I thought it wasn't the store anymore, and it turned to a laundromat, and I couldn't figure out how it was a laundromat and what exactly was going on. And then I went and I was able to figure out that it used to be a laundromat, and it's the same place I go out every day. So my brain does a lot of these very weird things because it's not just your perception that's off. It's your mind plays tricks on you. Lots of tricks, and some, you could hurt yourself, and I just stay close to Jesus, and he catches me all the time. But there's moments I sit there, and for a second I'm distracted and deep in thought or watching something, and then all of a sudden I'm like, wow, I am so sick. I am so sick. I am the sickest person I've ever met, I've ever known. I have thousands of symptoms. And then there's times that I'm like, this has been going on for 8.5 months. And then there's times that all I wanted to do from the time I got sick was figure out how to be a mom. And for 8.5 months, I did what I could, the best I could. And after 8.5 months, I just know my mind needs a lot of help right now to be completely alone with Jesus and distraction free, and that I need to get better. And sometimes you gotta take a step back to get better, and it sucks. It sucks a lot. And I try to come up with these tricks, and yesterday I felt really good. I actually had a really great conversation, and it was with a psychiatrist, and I went to a place, and I instantly felt like it wasn't the right place for me. And we got in and we started talking, and after talking to me, she said, I'll be honest, I don't feel this is the right place for you. And I said, I'm so glad you said that because I feel the same way. And she said, always listen to your heart. And she said, I know you're going to do great things no matter what you decide. And we talked all this stuff about Jesus and my condition, and I broke it down and I explained it to her the way you would explain it to a doctor. And she said, how are you going to learn things with the short-term memory? And I said, well, your subconscious memory works, so you learn techniques and you put them in your subconscious memory, like you do study techniques, or you go over it over and over. But I'm able to now create new memories, keep new memories, have them, and I'm building on them. And with every symptom, when I'm not in my unaware, I use the intellectual part of my brain to study, to research, to speak to Jesus. And I just undercover a lot, and I find just tricks and stuff for everything. She just said she doesn't feel like there's anything they could do to help me, that she thinks I'm doing everything. And I just said, hey, thanks for meeting with me. And we just shook hands, and she said, it was really nice meeting with you. I'm Adam's son's. I cannot wait to meet you. You have no idea. I feel like I know you because literally that's all Adam talks about is you guys. I really feel like I know you guys. And thank you. My hair's this color because God made it this color. Long story, but I actually can't change it at all. So it's gonna be a really interesting time, and I'm thankful for everything God's doing. And it's been hurting. It's been hurting a lot, and I've been doing what Dawn calls my ugly cry on and off, because there's nothing more that hurts than being away from your kids and not knowing for how long. And there's not an end date, it's depends on my health. It depends when I can be a mom. It depends what's best for my son. So I'm leaving it up to God. And I told God, he's your son first. So I've completely surrendered it. So a lot of the pain too is that surrender, because there's not that end in date, And there's not that end in date with your health. There's not the end in date, I guess, with anything. Nobody ever has the end in date, but you don't know, if July you're going to be healed. You don't know what else you're going to go through. You don't know what symptoms you're going to have, and ultimately I'm just going to do whatever's best for him. So if he's having a stable home and doing well in school, I'm gonna choose what's best for him over my feelings. I had 13 years, and 13 years we were super close. And they always say too, your daughter's your daughter the rest of your life, your son's your son till he gets him his wife. So I've always had in my mind, one day Dante's gonna get married, and he's such a lover, and he's probably gonna get married really young. And so one day I wasn't gonna be with him every day all the time anyway. And Amber, she's that the meatloaf, Adam and I have already accepted that she's just gonna live wherever we live forever. And it's cool because your daughter does end up being your best friend, and your son, it's a very, very special place in your heart. But it changes, and it's supposed to change because women could have best friends that are other women, because women like to talk about girl stuff and a lot of it, and women talk a lot, and apparently men don't like that women talk a lot. So they really appreciate women having a lot of female friends, but with guys, their best friend becomes their lover, you know, their husband and their wife, that becomes their best friend. So you always end up losing your son, in a way that you don't, you know, have them when they were younger. So it's 5 years earlier than I thought, but he's already bigger than me and stronger than me and has big muscles, and you know, and I'm just so happy to see like their next adventures, and he's gonna get put right into fighting and stuff. And my dad and Tim are like the perfect people to do it with him. My family loves fighting and they love military stuff, so Tim's a tough guy and my dad's a tough guy, and Dante definitely has the testosterone from that side of the family, and they're just gonna love being able to do all that fighting stuff with him. And my dad did that with my brother, the kickboxing and boxing forever, and Dante was already told that he's like super talented and was already offered to be sponsored to do it professionally in actual like competitions. He's jacked, and he's been going for 2 years, and he works on it 7 days a week. He puts on weighted backpacks and hits the thing, and he has it like 4 nights a week, and then does other stuff. He is like committed. He loves fighting, so he's in the best place for it, and it probably would have given me a lot of anxiety watching him fight, and it's something that it's such a better bonding experience for him to have with his grandpa and his cousin. And the one thing I'm not happy about at all, which I'm talking to Jesus heavily about, is I don't want my son to want to fight professionally or want to go in the military. And I do appreciate the military. I love the military. It's not that. It's that my mommy heart just doesn't ever want to deal ever with that. So I just want my son to stay away from fighting in the military, and so it's like a little nerve-wracking because that's what like he's going to be exposed the most to, and it's like what I want him to do the least. So I'm just going to be in Jesus's ear, like, God, I've still been real faithful and real nice through all of this. Give me some favor with keeping Dante from fighting professionally, or just be like a shield of angels around him that he doesn't ever get hit ever. I don't know, or make him like just some like peace man that just wants to become a pastor and never fight again. I don't know. I'm leaving it up to God, but I'm like trying to sway him, and I'm definitely trying to like tell God like I want a little favor in this, and I'm trying to bribe him with my suffering. So I hope it works, and that's probably not the right thing to do, but I'm definitely doing it. You know, so I'm gonna go. I keep listening to all sorts of music, and I have no idea what to expect. I don't know what to expect from this summer at all. And it's gonna be God ordained, and healing and all that. So it's like I can't, I don't know, I can't be afraid and I can't resent it and be upset about it, but, you know, I actually already looked up the weather because I bought tents and projectors and stuff for Dante's birthday, so Adam doesn't like the cold, but I was trying to look for a somewhat decent, warm winter so we could camp in the backyard and watch a projector, and I'm probably going to be crying, but it's also going to be fun, and I'm looking forward to doing it. So it's just a different summer, but last summer was different too. Last summer I was super sick. You know, I stopped walking, so I don't know. I know I'm better every day, and I know this was God's plan, and I know this is what the kids needed, and I know this is what God thought was best for them, and I know it's what He thought was best for everyone involved, and myself included, and I know we're all going to be stronger for it, and I'm just going to keep pushing myself, you know, every day, and every single day. And I told my mom too, like, what's really cool, Mom's home health aide has, like, been triumphed by my children, because they just, like, talk a lot, and they're fast and messy and blah blah blah. So now we're gonna use this time to start making smoothies, and we used to enjoy this shake called the Super Pep Up, so we're gonna look that up. It had like honey and vanilla protein powder and stuff, so we're gonna start doing a lot of walks together, going to the lake together, doing photography, going to the YMCA together, swimming together, just kind of using it at a time to do some mother-daughter bonding. And it's so weird because, too, we haven't really mother-daughter bonded because since childhood I've been a mom, so anytime we've been together, it's been with kids. And, you know, Bianna's so social, and she'll be all busy doing her thing, so me and Mom are going to be spending a lot of time together this summer, so that's going to be its own bonding thing. And so she's doing her mom thing, and Dad's doing his grandpa thing, and the cousins are doing their cousin things, and Amber's going to learn a lot from Cousin Patricia. She's going to be obsessed with her. I'm really excited to hear her, like, and Patricia's going to tell her some cool stories about me, and Amber's going to think I'm a lot cooler, because Amber always thought I was a nerd, and I wasn't always a nerd, but, I don't know. Dad and, Cousin Tim will be here at, 8 o'clock, and I'm just gonna sit with my thoughts till then and get my emotions out, and they're leaving in the morning, so tomorrow's gonna be it's gonna be hard. Tomorrow's gonna be really hard, but it's all God's time and God's plan, and I would have rather have still, for the 8.5 months, had them being able to see me getting better and knowing I'll be okay than to have lost them right when I was super sick, and them have no idea and not be able to see any of the progress. So even though it's been slow progress, there's been a lot of progress, and they've been able to enjoy some time with me, and next time we're all together, it's going to be just really, really awesome and happy, and Dante's gonna be so respectful, and Tim and Nicholas, they're two of my favorite cousins. My Aunt Verna, like, she is like mom of the year. She raised them. These two were like tucked their shirts in, wore like button up collared shirts and jeans and belts like their whole life since kindergarten. So proper, like both went to the military, the most respectful, loving, like these two are like they're just incredible. So, you know, Dante's gonna get to be around them, and you know, Dante says something stupid, Tim's gonna smack him and be like, what? You know, he's like, God, you did not just see that. But he's gonna come back a man, and he needed this. You know, he's 13, and you know, my dad used to always say, like, Ashley, you suck at being a man. And I know that sounds weird, but he always meant it as far as parenting Dante with, you know, the boy stuff. So I'm going to keep trusting God in all of this, and loving him and choosing Jesus' way every day, and praise through the tears, and just keep thanking him for the healing, and thanking him that my kids are now going to be getting taken care of after 8.5 rough months, and thank him that I could focus on my healing, and you know, God really stepped in and he orchestrated it, and in the timing, and you know, in 48 hours my dad had both the kids made their own bedrooms in his house, and you know, Dante keeps talking about missing the cat, but he's excited that Dad has 2 cats. So Dante's gonna call a video chat the cat more than me. But that's okay. It'll give him a reason to chat me. But okie doke. I will keep rambling all day, and Lord knows my thoughts are endless. So have a great day.